Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Mahaprabhu hurriedly washed his hands and picked up his mother. Oh, mother, please get up, calm yourself. Why suddenly fall to the ground? On regaining Sachi quickly tied her hair. She did not say anything as she wept inside one of the rooms. She breathed heavily and her entire body trembled. She was filled with ecstasy and nothing else came to her mind. Then Ishana cleaned the entire room and honored all the linens. Ishana is the most fortunate person within the 14 worlds, for he served Mother Sachi throughout his entire life. Ishana, the Lord's domestic servant, gathered together the scattered rice and cleaned the room. There is no limit to the good fortune of Ishana. He spent his entire life serving the Lord's mother. By serving the Lord's mother and wife, even after the Lord accepted sannyasa, the servant Ishana became greatly fortunate among the fortunate servants of the Lord in this world. In this way, many sweet pastimes took place every day. No one except the confidential servants of the Lord know about them. The phrase Mami Brita is explained as follows: being averse to the service of the Lord, foolish empiricists wander the earth with a spirit of enjoyment. Being deeply engrossed in the external world, they are incapable of understanding confidential truth. Only the Lord's intimate servants, who are not bewildered by the external phantasmagoria, are actually capable of realizing the inner truth. The topics of their conduct are like pots of nectar. By hearing these topics, the reason within one's heart is vanquished. In this way, Gaura Chandra and the devotees engaged in chanting the holy names in Navadvipa. All the Lord's associates who took birth in different places gradually came to Navadvipa and joined him, in order to reveal that the Supreme Lord and his associates are not bound by material, time, place, and circumstances. The devotees of the Lord take birth in various castes, various countries, and various times. Wherever, whenever, and in whatever circumstance they are born, they eagerly engage in the service of Sri Chaitanya Deva, the absolute truth. When all the Lord's associates understood that the Lord had incarnated, their hearts were filled with ecstasy. As all the Vaishnavas saw the Lord reveal himself, they became fearless and overwhelmed with ecstasy. The Lord also accepted them as equal to his own life. They were all confidential members of the Lord's entourage. All the devotees fully engaged in the service of the Lord, according to their heart's desire. The Lord also accepted their service and considered each of them as his dearmost servant. This, however, cannot be applied to the conditioned souls. That is why Chaitanya Chandra is known as Avatari, the source of all incarnations. All devotees engage themselves in the Lord's service according to their respective moods and become candidates for receiving the Lord's full love. They all know the Lord does not love anyone like He loves me. The envy that arises in this world due to discrimination resulting from one's inferiority or superiority is not found among the pure devotees of the Lord. The Lord for whom the Vedas constantly search embraced them all with love. The Supreme Lord is always attracted to and worshipped by spiritual propensities. The Lord is constantly searched for by all animate living entities, and in reciprocation, the Lord bestows affection on them with His loving embrace. The Lord regularly visited the houses of His devotees and exhibited to them His various forms, such as His four-armed and six-armed forms. Mahaprabhu displayed His four-armed Narayana form, holding conch, disc, club, and lotus to many fortunate persons, and He displayed His six-armed form to some others. The combination of the two arms of Narasimhadeva, two arms of Rama, and the two arms of Krishna comprise the Shabhuja or six arms. The right hand of Narasimhadeva displays Bhakta Vatsalya, or affection for the devotees. The nails of his left hand tear apart the hearts of those who are envious of the devotees. The bow and the arrows in the two hands of Ramachandra destroy the name and the fame of the materialists, and the flute in the two hands of Krishna attracts the devotees imbued with the love of God. Sri Gaura Sundara exhibited his six-armed form in order to display these three pastimes. Sometimes it is also stated that the six arms of the Lord destroy one's desires for wealth, fame, and material enjoyment. We see a bow and arrows in the hands of Rama, a flute in the hands of Krishna, and a danda and a water pot in the hands of Sri Chaitanya Deva. The two arms of Rama destroy the Lanka of gold or wealth. The two arms of Vajrayana Nandana holding the flute destroy the cupid of attachment or material enjoyment. And the two arms of Chaitanya Deva destroy desires for the fame of enjoying the association of women. In order to destroy the various philosophies that create false arguments and disturbances in this world, and have made those who do not traverse the path of the absolute truth averse to devotional service. The Lord has punished those persons overwhelmed by such disturbances by holding a danda in one hand, and He uprooted the deceitfulness of persons who desire material fame by holding a water pot in His other hand. Sometimes the Lord went to the house of Gangadasa or Murari, and sometimes He went to the house of Acharya Latana. Nityananda constantly remained with the Lord. They were never separated for even a moment. Mahaprabhu enacted the pastime of always remaining with Nityananda in order to display his most relishable pastimes. Nityananda Svarupa was always absorbed in the mood of a child, and Lord Vishvambara was also absorbed in various moods. According to their respective good fortune, the devotees who were like bumblebees at the lotus feet of the Lord saw the Matsya, Kuma, Varaha, Vamana, and Narasimha forms of the Lord. According to the devotees' qualification in service, the Lord exhibited to them his various naimitika or occasional forms like Matsya, Kuma, Vamana, Narasimha, and Rama, who are worshipped with awe and reverence, and who eternally reside in Vaikuntha. The Lord displayed his eternal forms according to the favorable taste of his devotees, to ensure that people, after seeing various forms of Vishnu, will not discriminate and imagine them to be different gods. The Lord displayed the pastime of manifesting his eternal forms within this material world to deliver people from the clutches of those who give up the worship of the Lord, who desire wealth, fame, and women, who concoct temporary forms of the Lord, and who boast of having fulfilled their material desires. The display of those eternal pastimes by Srimad Mahaprabhu, the source of all incarnations, overwhelmed his eternal servants and manifested as their highest goal. Some days he cried in the mood of a gopi and could not remember whether it was day or night. Sometimes during his exhibition of the symptoms of Gopi Bhava to his intimate devotees under the shelter of conjugal attachment, the Lord displayed a loss of external sense by failing to distinguish between day and night. In this way, the Lord exhibited his Vraja pastimes of separation. Some days the Lord accepted the mood of Uddhava or Akarura, and some days he was absorbed in the mood of Balarama and asked for wine. Sometimes, being agitated by the dealings of Akarura, the Lord would become absorbed in the mood of the gopis. Sometimes he would be pacified by Uddhava's words of solace. In the next moment, he would exhibit the Adiluda Mahabhava of separation. Sometimes he would consider himself the son of Rohini and express a desire to drink wine. Now one should understand here that he taught the devotees the philosophy of being internally a Shakta, externally a Shaiva, and publicly a Vaishnava. In order to reveal that various pastimes of Lord Vishnu are performed out of his own sweet will, and that the living entities who are part and parcel of the Lord are his eternal servants. Whatever Sri Krishna Chandra exhibited in his Sri Gaura Lila is simply a display of the distinctions between the shelter and the sheltered. That is why the followers of Sri Rupa have particularly warned everyone not to consider the Supreme Lord as one of the sheltered, separated parts. Since the literatures literally opposed to the Shri Rupa Nugas, are busy executing material activities. They become inimical to Shri Gauda's intimate associates by becoming disjected from subordination to Gauda. Shri Chaitanya Deva has displayed various contradictory moods in his own pastimes to remove such inauspiciousness. As an acharya, the Lord properly exhibited the pastimes of both the served and the servant, to prevent the conditioned souls from imagining themselves or other separated parts as incarnations of the Supreme Lord, like a dwarf trying to touch the moon. Some days Vishvambara assumed the mood of the four-headed Brahma. After reciting the prayers offered by Brahma, he fell to the ground. After exhibiting himself as a descendant of the Sri Brahma Sampradaya, Sri Chaitanya Deva recited the prayers offered by Brahma for the benefit of the followers of Vedic injunctions and advertised to the public his position as non-different from Brahma. Sometimes the Lord offered prayers in the mood of Prahlada. In this way, the Lord constantly floated in the ocean of devotional service. Sometimes he acted as a preacher of devotional service, like Prabhupada, and offered prayers. The Lord taught the mood of a or surrendered soul in order to exhibit the pastime of floating in various ways within the ocean of devotional service. By doing so, he demonstrated that the sheltered, separated parts can never become the supreme shelter. Upon seeing these pastimes, Sachi, the mother of the universe, floated in ecstasy. She thought within her heart, this son may also leave home. On seeing the Lord's various moods of madness, Sachi Devi, the mother of the universe, became absorbed in ecstasy, but she had some anxiety in her mind that the Lord may leave home and go away. Mother Sachi said, "My dear son, go and take a bath in the Ganges." The Lord replied, "O mother, please chant the names of Krishna and Rama." Regardless of whatever Mother Sachi said to her son, Vishvambara would not reply anything other than Krishna. No one could understand the inconceivable moods of the Lord. Whatever mood he assumed appeared most enchanting. Whatever mood the Lord manifested was never seen before, so it appeared most wonderful. These moods were actually situated in the land beyond material thought and were therefore incomprehensible to ordinary people. One day a singer of Shiva's glories arrived. He began to play his small drum and chant the glories of Lord Shiva. He came to the Lord's doorstep for begging alms and began to dance in a circle while singing a song about Lord Shiva. He danced in a circle and sang a song glorifying Shiva. As soon as Lord Vishvambara heard the qualities of Lord Shankara, he immediately took the form of Shankara with a matted locks of hair. The Lord jumped on the shoulders of the singer and shouted loudly, "I am that Shankara." Some people saw Mahaprabhu with matted locks of hair and play in a home and Dharmadu jam, as he continually exclaimed, Sin, sin. Whatever glorification of Shiva, the great personality, ever sang now bore its full fruits. Since the singer sang without offense, Gaurachandra clapped on his shoulders. As a result of the singers chanting the glories of Lord Shiva without offense, Gaurasundara clapped on his shoulders. After regaining external consciousness, Lord Vishvambara got down and personally placed the arms in the singer's bag. Being fully satisfied, the singer left. All the devotees chanted the names of Hare as the glories of the Lord were vibrated. Devotional service to Krishna became manifest. In this way, the Lord enjoyed pastimes with his servants. The Lord said, O brothers, listen to the essence of all advice. Why are we uselessly wasting our nights? Make a resolution that from today on, we will congregationally chant the holy names at night. The word Nibandita means firm resolution. All of you firmly resolve that from today we will every night perform an auspicious festival of Kirtana. It was resolved that without fail they would every night chant the 16 holy names composed of 32 syllables. We will all perform Sankirtana and become merged in the Ganges of devotional service. Let the entire world be delivered by hearing the names of Krishna. Let the holy names be the life and the wealth of you all. On hearing this, all the Vaishnavas became ecstatic. Thus Mahaprabhu began his Kirtana pastimes. Every night Kirtan was held at the house of Srivasa, except some nights it was held at the house of Chandrasekhara. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.